Hi, now I'll present Baddha Konasana to you. Please sit at the very top of your pillow. And now place the soles of the feet together. Now please move your feet slightly forward. Yeah, so very often in my work I use these Baddha Konasana. Heels very far away from the pillow, and the meaning of that, or the purpose of that, is to access a quite unique angle inside of the hip joint as well. People think that Baddha Konasana and Sukhasana are similar in many ways, but the changes and the differences in the angles we approach the hip joints makes those two positions very far away from one another. So here, this is our most fundamental Baddha Konasana. Feet relaxed, we are not holding them together. Distance, and a way to approach the hip joints that is unique to this particular shape. And here, sometimes we work with forward flexions, rarely holding the feet and adding traction. Most of the time, creating passive flexion to keep the lower back safe. In Baddha Konasana, the way this position works inside of our pelvises and stimulates the lower back is absolutely fantastic. From here, we can also work with the spirals, moving the center chest to one knee or to the opposite knee, just as we did in Sukhasana in the previous class. So, for you to have a better understanding, have a look. From here, please walk with your hands to the left. And then have your center chest aligned with the left knee. Move the left hand closer to your pillow. Have your left elbow bent, left shoulder lifted. And then ground the right side of your pelvis. From here, have your right hand in line with your left knee and slide this hand away. Keep the right side grounded. And slowly uncoil and go to the second side. Work with the same level of quality and awareness. As you can see, I've said bring the hand closer to the pillow, and he have decided to use the hand on top of the pillow, which is fine, because what we want is a result and not a rigid format. And slowly back to the center. And slowly come back. And now, the second possibility. Have a look. Please diminish the distance between your heels and your pillow in half. And again, drop forward. It changes again. It's a subtle change, but an important change in the way we are approaching the hip joints. And we could be going to the sides, we could be adding complexity, we could be adding lots of different subtle changes. Slowly come back. And now, finally, have your heels as close as possible to you. In this one, we have a major change because now the lever we're creating inside is more powerful. And if the hip is very locked, that adds pressure to the knee joint. So your main reference when we are working with the heels very close to the pillow is what you feel in your knees, because they should never feel that there is too much pressure or pain. So from here, be aware of everything, but mainly the knee joints as you drop forward. Drop. Every time we change a tiny thing, we change many of the consequences of everything we do. This is why I praise variety so much in this work. And slowly come back. Another possibility is Supta Baddha Konasana or Baddha Konasana lying down. Lie on your back and have your head supported. From here, forget about your spine. Sometimes we stimulate that, but sometimes we are just casual about that. Have the soles of the feet together and drop your knees to the sides. In this position, we do not support the thigh from underneath. If that is not doable, you should make a conscious effort lifting up your knees half an inch or an inch, just enough for you to get rid of the pain or the sense of uncertainty, the doubt or the fear. If that is not doable, then maybe you should be skipping this position, because working with support over time will increase the sensitivity instead of solving the problem. So from here, we can also add many variations, like stimulating the spine to get closer to the floor, sometimes touching the floor. We add lots and lots and lots of subtle changes. But one of the things I like the most in this position is this change. It's when we have a block between the feet soles, creating another unique change in the angle we are approaching the hip joints, and therefore creating more results. So these are the basic versions of Baddha Konasana. From here, I will get started with our next position. So lift up your knees, slowly release your legs. Now, I will talk about shoulder and hands clasped under, ideally under the pillow. That is so important. It's almost impossible to create a list of benefits because there are too many. In here, we are talking about a position that is so important that I used to say this is Sukhasana for our arms and shoulders. It has to be done in a highly sensitive manner, because you don't want to provoke pain or uncertainty. And many of us will have that uncertainty because our necks are too fragile, as well as our shoulders. So from here, if your shoulders are very sensitive, just have your hands on your sides with your palms facing up. And then search for the angle where you start touching sensation or restriction inside of your shoulders. And at that moment, stop right there, because that might be your step one. If you can move slightly further forward, then the second option is to have your hands clasped between the pillow and the head. Eventually, you have to provoke more, but at first, it's more important to be sustainable and safe. Then from here, you can grab the edges of your pillow, getting started with a deeper stimuli. And if that is doable, gradually slide your hands, having them under the pillow. From here, with this profound rotation inside of the shoulder and the shoulder bone, we actually stimulate lots and lots of soft tissue around the shoulder, creating spirals and glide between different layers in maybe even the fascia. All that is highly effective. But beyond that, we're also working biomechanically with the thoracic spine, increasing mobility, creating a certain type of lever, and also demanding from the area where the ribs and the thoracic spine are connected. And that creates a tremendous positive impact in our neck and also in the way the blood flows to the brain. From here, eventually you listen to me saying, now please, with your eyes closed, as long as your shoulders are fine, turn your head to the right. Again, really creating a fantastic positive benefit. I've seen many students with fragile neck structures, with lots of chronic neck pain, gradually learning to understand this approach and gradually, as they've practiced, seeing their pains and aches gradually fading away. Back to the center. And second side. It's very safe. Once you understand, this is really a fantastic source of benefits and also a powerful source of a tremendous effective parasympathetic reflex, meaning relaxation, true relaxation. Back to the center. Just for you to see more clearly. Now please kneel on your mat with your back facing that direction. Just kneel casually. From here, this is what we want. Clasp your hands. So hands are not towards the neck. Hands are towards the top part of the structure. And there is a demand inside of the neck structure, but the main demand, because of the structure of the pose, will be here in the thoracic spine. We never use, or we rarely use the pillow in a standing position. It's just for you to see how the hands will be set. And sometimes I mention a shift in the way we have our hands clasped. So this is the shift I mentioned. Instead of having one finger on top, you change and have the other. Now I will also complement the Baddha Konasana a little bit. Please sit on at the front part of this chair. Baddha Konasana might be done in this way. Separate your feet, please. If the floor is too challenging, we can use the chair, as we did in Sukhasana. Look at this. It could be more pillows or less pillows. Have your feet in Baddha Konasana, please. It doesn't really matter where you're coming from. All these poses are accessible. You can get the benefits, sometimes using a chair, sometimes using your couch. There are so many possibilities. Just unleash your mind and allow your body to enjoy all this variety. Also, a different possibility would be place your feet on the floor. Now go all the way back to the chair. And instead of using the two sides at once, you can fragment the pose. So have your knees together and your feet together. Now keep your left leg exactly as it is and place the right foot sole in the inside part of your left thigh. Look at that. We have half Baddha Konasana. And now we have even more control over everything. Thank you. See you in the next class.